D4 is one of the most solid and boring moves to see if you're black. And one of the best openings to aggressively counteract that is that Charlick Gambit. The Engan Gambit is very easily defeated. It is an aggressive attack, but still it can be countered by another move. But the Charlick Gambit is a very solid gambit where it is very aggressive. They take the pawn on e5. We go d6, they will take another pawn. So this is a gambit for a reason because you're gambiting 2 pawns. Now the Charlick Gambit takes the pawn on d6 and now we are in lead in development. We're very open to attack the opponent early in the board. The most popular and natural move, knight to f3, very natural. We're just gonna go knight to c6. We are gonna go knight to c3, trying to develop some squares. Now we are gonna go bishop to g4 here, pinning the knight over here. And now if e3 happens, we're just gonna go queen to e7, trying to put pressure on this pawn and pinning its own pawn. If they go bishop to e2, we're just gonna go castle. Over here, this is a discovered attack. First move in this line is that they can lose if they castle early. We're just gonna trade the knight on f3. And for some time, we're just gonna sacrifice the bishop on it. Why are we doing this? Because if they take back, we're just gonna go queen to h4. And now it's checked. They have to move back. The king is very exposed. This queen is very exposed. And so we have to take that queen on d1. Because we discovered attack a while ago with the... They can take the rook, and we got +1 point and a queen. A queen is much better than a bishop and a rook, believe me. Now we're just gonna go knight to f6 after that. And now who's winning in the position? Us. The Charlick Gambit is all about taking an advantage on the position, opening up the opponent's lines, and winning in tempo. You will win because of +4 points, active piece play, plus the king is exposed. Their pieces are almost all on the back rank. Meanwhile, we have a rook. A queen is better than a rook and a bishop. Now, if they were to go bishop to d2 instead of castling, which is the best move, we're just gonna go knight to f6 and guard that bishop on the g4 square. Now, they have to castle. And what will happen is that we will guard our bishop with a pawn on h5. What will happen is that they will go pawn to h3, and most likely they will attack the bishop. For some reason, sometimes we're just gonna sacrifice that bishop. Why? Because if they take that bishop first, we can take back, and now we have this aggressive position where we're just gonna destroy the king side. If they go for the best move, g3, it's all lost because we can go rook to h3, first reaching in. They go queen to g2, trying to go here. This is the best move possible. We're gonna take the knight on f3 and then check them. They have to take the pawn. First of all, they cannot take this because of the rook on h8. They have to take the pawn with the bishop on f3 in order not to be exposed. And now we're just gonna double a rook, and they have no chance of escaping the massacre because if they go rook to g1, the best move actually, we are gonna go queen to e6 and support the fight. Now what will happen is if they go bishop to e1, we go knight to e5, and that attacks the bishop, and one by one we're just gonna take the pieces and initiate this crazy plan. The game will go something like this: king to f1, rook to h2, rook to f4, and we're just winning over here. Another thing here is that you can also not sacrifice the bishop. Well, if you wanna go safe, you can trade the knight with the bishop, and if they take the bishop, well folks, we're just gonna go queen to e5, attack this square. Why are we doing this? Because we're just gonna put the pressure on the king side. We're gonna go h4, put some more pressure over there, and if they go push, we still can reach in with queen to h2, and that is just checkmate right there. If they go bishop to g2, we take the pawn on g3. We'll go queen to f3, and this is what's gonna happen. We will take back the pawn, and their king is just too exposed right now. If they take the pawn on f2, we're just gonna breach in, and now we are winning in the game because the king is and we have so much piece play and active play over here. We could also hold on to a pawn, but it could lead some consequences. We're just gonna go knight to c6, and it's the same very move, and it's like the England Gambit, but it is the Charlick Gambit. But now, if they take the pawn, we're just gonna go queen to f6, kind of double attacking this bishop and this pawn on b2. This is a fork. They have to move the queen in order to protect both of these, but now the queen is too pressured. The queen is not protecting the pawn anymore, so we're just gonna take the pawn, and now we have this aggressive position than white, and they're just, you know, very passive, and we got 4 pieces active on play here, and this queen is just overworked, and we're just gonna win in this game because they can take, of course, we just take, and they only got 1 development of a piece, and we're just gonna win this position. their position is very passive while us is very active. Again, this is the main concept of this gambit. Knight to c3 first. Well, knight to c3, what happens here is that they will try to take the center. And what will happen here, sometimes we're just gonna go queen to e7. They have to go knight to f3. We have to keep putting on pressure on them so that they might break. We are gonna go bishop to g4, pinning the knight again. The same position, but they have the center. This time they have the advantage on the computer. But we're here to have fun. And we're here to make our opponents pressure. They are human. They are not computer. And so what will happen is that they will go bishop to d3. Most people do this. And we'll just go castle. This is a pin to the bishop. They go and castle, which is another mistake again, because we are just gonna go knight to e5. They have to go bishop here. If they were to go bishop here to b5, this is nothing compared to this move. Because they might go and take with the pawn, but still we're just gonna go queen to h4, breaching in with the queen. Now what will happen is that they might go e5, attacking our bishop, and we're just gonna go take that pawn. Now if they were to do something like pawn to a3, it's already mate in one. So they have to go here. We take, they will take back. We go and take the pawn on h3, sacrifice the bishop. They go take. We go queen to h4, and that is a check. They have to move back, and we're just gonna take their queen. If they go and try to take a rook, we're just gonna take back their bishop with another bishop. And what will happen is that it is a very balanced game, but not really, because a queen for a bishop and a rook is still better, and we got +1 point. And not only that, we got +3.7 advantage according to the computer because of the piece play. Again, the queen is so active, and you know the opponent cannot just keep up with these pieces on the back rank. Again, there is a very scary move, bishop to g5, but not to worry, because pawn to f6 is attacking the bishop, and what will happen is they go back, we go queen to e7. Now if they go pawn to e3, it's sort of the same position, but with the bishop here trying to stare down this queen. But that is not really a problem because we're blocking it, and we're just gonna castle. And so what will happen is that they will go bishop to d3. We're just gonna go knight to e5, and that will attack the bishop, and they will protect it with a queen. And we will go bishop to b4 and attack the knight and pin it to the king. What will happen with so much pressure on white, with so much pins over here, and this pressure on this knight, we're the ones attacking, not them, so we're at the advantage. I think those are all the lines of the Charlick Gambit. I will go into deep theory with the next video of the Charlick Gambit, which is in the future, of course. See you guys in the next video, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. It would really help me, or no, I don't know. It's your freedom. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.